Hey everyone, this is Dominique. I just wanted to come to you really quick and talk to you about Coeur de Force and how my mindset is going to be a little bit differently or different than my first round of it, which I just completed. Today I'm starting the second round. Um, so I started the first round in November, and let me preface this by saying that mindset is everything. Mindset can make or break anything you do in life, not just a fitness program, but relationships, work, everything. So I would say from the beginning of starting Core de Force the first time, my mindset was not in the right place. I was sick. I had to go on antibiotics. I had to take a few days off. My eating was off because I was, I guess when you take antibiotics, it makes you, crave food. And I knew that, so maybe that's why I justified in my mind eating, that food. But anyway, the election results, I guess just the whole political season kind of like was in my subconscious and I just wasn't really motivated. What else? Then I went on vacation. So before I went on vacation, like after I got better, I was starting to feel better and like I was hitting my workouts, and then it all kind of came to a halt with going on vacation. I didn't get my workouts in. And then when I came back from vacation, I had really bad neck pain. And I think that's because I was sleeping on my friend's couch or pull-out couch in Florida. Love you guys, by the way. But, and just being on the plane and like not having one of those neck pillows, like I think that really messed up my neck. So when I came back from vacation, I had this really bad neck pain and I couldn't work out. So needless to say, November was a shitstorm and my mind just wasn't in it. Like I just wasn't, I guess I was making too many excuses for myself, and I wasn't, I was letting these things get in the way. And I'm not saying that there's, never going to be, that there's ever going to be like a perfect time to do anything, because that's not true. Because like if I would have waited, something else would have come up, you know what I mean? Like technically November, it's right after Halloween, right before Thanksgiving and Christmas, so it's like a good time to like start something. But as personally as I saw, is that there's really no perfect time because something always comes up. And right now I'm starting Core de Force. So today's December, let's say December 19th. So a few days before Christmas. And I know, like I always say to myself, why do I do these things to myself? Why do I start, programs when it's not the ideal time? But like I said, there's never going to be an ideal time to do anything. And that's my mindset going into this, that I just need to make it happen. So the first thing, I wrote some notes just so I can keep on track. The first thing I wanted to talk about is nutrition. So I used to compete in bikini competitions, and I would measure my food, I would weigh. So yeah, when I would do my bikini competitions, I weighed my food, on a scale literally. And like I would only eat certain things like chicken, spinach, broccoli, asparagus, tilapia. So I wanted to get like as far away from that, and I didn't want to be reminded of that anymore. So I think that's why like the meal prep and all that stuff like never worked out for me after competing, because I just didn't want to be in that like mode anymore. But this time around, I'm really, reminding myself that like what I'm doing and preparing the meals the way that I'm doing them right now, it's going to prepare me for like longevity and keeping it in my life long term. I'm eating, a wide variety of foods, and I'm having them in the correct portions. It's not restrictive, so I can still have like, chocolate, wine. So if you're that type of person that still likes to enjoy yourself, like this would be perfect for you. And also, prepping the food, I'm going to be a little bit better with that and just making the time, because like I said, it's been really crazy and I've made a lot of excuses for myself. So this time around, like I have to make sure that I'm prepping, because if I don't, I know 90% of my results are coming from the nutrition alone. So yeah, I could be hitting my workouts and doing you know, everything that I'm doing with the workout schedule. But if I'm not eating the right way, I'm eating like intuitively, like just eyeballing it, which I've been doing for the past few years after competing. Like, I know I'm not going to get far because I'm still like trying to get back on track, you know, the past few years after having competed. So yeah, look at like your rituals, like around food, like date night, going out to eat with friends. I'm still going to be doing that, but I'm just going to be choosing it, you know, the right way. Like, for example, today there was a holiday office party for the department that we share an office with, and I could have easily sat there and had like whatever they were having, but you know, I had to remind myself, like, this weekend I enjoyed myself to the fullest at 2 parties, and that was enough for me. And I know this week I want to go hard so that when Christmas rolls around, like, I can, you know, still enjoy myself and have a treat, have a drink. Obviously I'm not going to go overboard because, like, for me, I just don't feel good after I, you know, overeat and overdrink. Like, it's just not a good thing for me, and it usually takes me a few days to get back on track. So I'm knowing, like, going forward, like, I want to feel good. Of course I want to look good, but feeling good is really important. And I think a lot of people, you know, neglect that aspect, and they just worry about, you know, feeling good in the moment instead of feeling good long term. So yeah, prepping, I'm looking down at my notes just in case you're wondering. Prepping in advance and making sure that you're, you know, ready for any type of event. So this weekend I did eat before I went out. I still ate, but I was able to like not feel as full, so I didn't overeat when I was at the event. And that's just an example of like how you can, I guess, prep for something that you might not have any control over when you're at a party, for example. Also, like, a big part of the mindset shift is knowing that progress is happiness. And I'm not going to be focusing on perfection because of, obviously, you know, perfection doesn't exist. But, you know, if I'm progressing and I'm getting through the workouts, I want to take that as a sign of, you know, of a success. So even though this past 30 days didn't go as planned and I didn't lose as much weight as I wanted to lose, I know that, like, I got through it. Even though it didn't take me the 30 days, it took me a little longer, I know that I got through it. So with that said, if you're doing Coeur de Force and you have a crappy workout, or you can't get through the workout because you're not feeling well, just know that you can get back on the wagon the next day and you can get through it. You know, like, don't stop and say, oh, I'll just start all over again, and, you know, when I'm feeling better or when there's a better time. Guys, there's never a better time, and you have to just push through it. If you get through it, even though it didn't go as well as you thought it would, at least you're going to say, like, I accomplished something. So for me, that is the biggest thing, like, just accomplishing the goal. So that's all I really wanted to say, because I know I don't have a lot of memory on my phone, and I have to take some stuff off of my phone before I can, like, record more videos. But that's just my, like, mindset shift for Coeur de Force going this time around. So follow my journey on Instagram at Coco Dominique and here on YouTube. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.